Hi everyone, this is Dave. I wanted to take a little time and give you a behind-the-scenes look at Moodle as you prepare to explore your own courses. So let me walk you through. I am logged in and I will go to our course to show you an overview. Hopefully things will be pretty quick. So I can see as I look on that I have messages from Debbie, Sherry, and Jennifer. And generally, this looks pretty much the way you see it. I see a few more things than you as the administrator of the course. Um, but this is roughly the framework. As an editor, I have this button, which is Turn Editing On, and that lets me go behind the scenes. So let's do that, and we'll see what happens. You'll now see that I can close or hide boxes like this message box, latest news, and as we scroll down, we see my opening announcements page. I can click this little hand, and now I can edit this text. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. I've just added have fun, as I'm sure you're all doing, hopefully. Double check a little my spelling. I have an occasional typo. And I'm even going to add a lovely emoticon and save my changes. And there you quickly see those changes. These are kind of the little tools that make things work. I can move the poll. The poll has been open for some time. I could move that perhaps down to the bottom, or I could hide the syllabus. I don't want to do that. Change the order of something. I can do quite a bit here. As you see, this beginning box really doesn't change much, and I try to keep what's in here rather static. This is the week we're in, which is week 1, and you'll see from my perspective the same tools. Now here's something. This is a video I added, an earlier video like this, and I closed it so you can't see it, but I can. I'm actually going to delete that because it wasn't very good. I can add activities. So let's say I thought it would be helpful to have another forum or a journal. Big blue button is an online meeting or a chat session as we had last night. That can happen here. I could also add a resource like a web page. This module 1 is a web page, and let's just look at that for a second. These were my opening directions, and I wanted this very clean and simple and easy to read, so that format worked pretty well. And that's it. You'll see there's many more weeks, and I've really just cut and pasted things to build a framework. The course is not built ahead because I want to very much see what people's needs were and build from there. But you can see all of these are hidden. If I didn't want to be confused by a large clutter of things, I could click this little box. And for me as the administrator, the teacher, that'll be the only box I see. You just have to remember to unclick it. And that's the big picture. Now let's go to a blank course. So we're going to pick Barbara's. And here's what we can do. Now I have the same powers as Barbara does or any of you. So when you come to your course for the first time, you'll see something like this. And you can switch your role to a student. Now you'll see what your students will see, which is very clean, no clutter. But get back to your normal role. Let's go ahead and turn editing on and start messing around with this. This is pretty much the intro area for the course. So what we do here, we want relatively clean and simple. So let's go ahead and edit this. And perhaps we would just have a simple message for our students. Hello, students. and maybe we'd want to add a little bit of text. When I add text in these boxes, I create a table. Creating tables, this is a little icon right here, and I'll tell you why. I change rows to 1 and columns to 1 and width to something like 65 or 75%. I don't like borders, but you can keep borders, and I say OK. Now, when I'm writing in here, now my text won't go the full screen across. It'll just stay within a small section. So I can make this nice and bold. I can even change this color. Let's make it purple. And if I'd like to include a picture, we'll go into that a little later. And we can save changes. Now my students will see this. I could add a resource. Let's add an activity. And let's do a quick, let's not do a forum up here. We'll actually add a choice, like the survey I gave you. So this simply choice name, we'll go with hello some more. And choice 1, we'll ask a question. Do you like pizza? Maybe I'll do a pizza party. And choice 1 is no, and choice 2 is yes. And I won't add any more. I'm going to skip most of this, and I will go ahead and save this. So now when my students come here, they'll see, oh, do you like pizza? No, I don't. Save my choice. And this is exciting. Now, I didn't make results viewable, but you can do that. Let's go back to the course. These will be the weeks, but they could also be topics. So you can set things up to open each week or each topic. Topics works well if you're thinking about working with units. Weeks work well if you're actually truly building an online course. Here's how to make a decision. Go to Settings. You can change the name of the course, but I will ask that you keep your name on the course so that I can spot it. You can change the short name, but you don't really need to. You could write a little bit about this. You could change from topics to a social format to a weekly format. And if you want to know the difference or you want to know what you're doing, just click this little question mark. And it gives you the options. It tells you all the different kinds of things. The neat thing is you can try something out, and if you don't like it, you can change it. I tend to start with a lot of weeks, and you can pick when it starts. That may not be necessarily needed if you're in topic format. If you want students to have a special code to get in, you can add a code. My code is generally let me in or cold coffee or something fun that I would know I'll remember. I won't remember cold coffee. And if you don't want a code, just leave it open. I tend to keep courses open at the beginning, and then I will close them down so that everyone gets in, and then I limit it. The other thing to do in settings, well, I think I've covered everything in settings. I guess that's really it. So we're in the first week or first topic, and simply coming up with a header. And again, I build a table where I add my text. And I think it just makes it a little cleaner. And I usually go 65 or 75%. And I go right ahead. Try to fix my typos and save changes. Now, if I were to add resources, I would probably add a web page where I'd put my work. Let's add a forum. I want students to talk. I try to come up with better topics than this. This is a really brief intro to the forum. And again, I try to write a little more than that. I generally don't mess with too much here. And I save and return to the course. So now you'll see this week technically hasn't started. I'll open it up. And let's see what our students will see. We'll switch role to student. And there you go. So that's a real basic thing. You can add, well, we'll return to our normal role, turn editing back on, and add a few blocks. Perhaps I want to see who's online. And now we have online users. And let's see, oh, blogs are always helpful. And I am blog menu. It's always easier for folks to get to things a little quicker this way. So you'll see we're starting to build this. Perhaps I'd like to move online users a little higher up and do things that way. So that's a quick overview. I can't think of much else to show you as you walk through the basics. These little question marks are very helpful. And if you discover you are not seeing the things to make things happen, then check for this. Make sure you turn editing back on. Likewise, if you're deleting a bunch of things or you want to delete things, again, just simply turn it on and go for the X's. If you put your cursor over anything, it should tell you what's going on. Okay, so that's a basic behind-the-scenes look. I'm going to clean up Barbara's class again so she can start from scratch. And as we approach the end of the week, play with your own course. You'll find them right down here under My Courses. You won't have as many as I do, but you'll have at least yours. If you have any problems, again, drop a line in the Have a Question forum. Thanks.